Everyone, MirageFly here, bringing you another game of Company of Heroes 2. This time it will be against DontKnow as a Soviet player down south, against VindicareX, who will be our Ostheer player up in the north, and of the map, we'll be playing on Angoville. As for builds, we got two conscripts coming out for DontKnow. Well, one Gren squad's coming out. Like that, two Gren squad's going to be coming out. Pioneers are moving on to the right-hand side. Engineers are moving on to the left-hand side. And looks like the first conscript squad is also moving on to the right-hand side. Alright, onto the commanders. DontKnow has conscript support tactics, guard mortar coordination tactics, and shock rifle frontline tactics. Meanwhile, VindicareX has mobile defense doctrine, assault support doctrine, and storm doctrine. We are playing on the latest patch, so hopefully it will be a good game. Grenadiers are on the right hand side now, beginning capture. Pioneers are moving down south. Conscripts going to be capturing the VP on the right hand side. Second conscript squad will be following up. DontKnow's conscripts are not actually capturing the point. I don't think he needs to actually capture the VP this early though. He should probably move on to the field and set up some sandbags or some sort of position. He's not even peeking behind the hedge to see if it's exposed or not. You will see it's not being captured because he has veiled the tactical point. The moment you get veiled the tactical point, you will see if the point's being captured or not within the fog of war. Got our first engagement going on here. Grenadiers take a bit of damage as they're standing out in the open. Conscripts try to engage the Pioneers. Not going to be really doing much as the Pioneers are in green cover. Both conscripts will be moving up. However, if they're going to move up, both squads should be moving up. We only have one rifle firing for this squad. Second squad should probably move up. We do have the Pioneers moving up to support, however. It looks like the conscripts in the open are being focused. Conscripts being forced to shift onto the Pioneers as well. And DontKnow's not actually taking cover of the squad, so they're actually getting shredded. Down to two men, will be forced to pull back. This conscript squad is also going to need to pull back. Down to three men. Like that, two men. But combat engineers have captured the entire left-hand side. And we got more conscripts coming up. And interestingly enough, VindicareX bought a sniper. I'm not sure if he actually needs it that early in the game, especially against Soviets. Conscripts simply don't bleed enough, and you don't get much veterancy. Well, you don't get as much veterancy when compared to shooting riflemen. Riflemen give a ton of veterancy to the sniper, and also because Soviets have a lot more abilities to hunt the sniper down. They also have very large squads to make up for the fact. Sniper is good against guards and shocks, however, as those units will bleed a Soviet player over the course of a game. Looks like our sniper friend will be captured on the left-hand side. Pioneers are coming out of the base. Looks like they're also going on to the left-hand side. No mines laid down. Combat engineers moving on to the tactical point here. One of the Gren squads is pulling back, will be reinforced. VindicareX looks like he's focusing on grabbing munitions here. I don't know. Let's go and take advantage of that, and we'll be capturing the field. Sniper is rotating to the right-hand side, however. Conscripts are building sandbags, but they do take additional damage when building these. Sniper immediately takes out one regardless, however. Grenadiers need to get onto the capture point to deny a cap. I'm actually surprised he's backpedaling, but it looks like another conscript squad has appeared. This conscript squad is obviously going to 3 versus 4. You know, engagement here. Pioneers should probably just move up to the combat engineers and take them out from there. They are low on health, and interestingly, Vindicare actually pulls them all 3 of them back. Still think the Pioneers would have a good chance of winning. Conscript squad down to 3 men. This Grenadier squad needs help. Our sniper will be pitching in. Sniper has taken a bit of damage though. Conscripts will have forced back thanks to the sniper. Well, there's one thing the sniper's good at, however, even against conscripts, it's even the odds against when it's Grenadiers versus conscripts. Still, however, well, actually, we do have an MG now coming up. That's going to help the more conscripts that are being produced. We actually have 5 squads of conscripts now on the field. DontKnow's going to jump out of this house. VindicareX will see that this house is unoccupied and looks like he's trying to take it. This house is incredibly vital on the right hand side since it guards an important cutoff. Not the most windows on this side, but you don't really have much cover against it either. Conscripts are in the open. They don't have any cover to utilize against the Grenadiers in the house. You know, Grenadiers versus Conscripts. I think the Grenadiers will have this since they have a better position. Conscripts are going to lose this, and actually one guy's not firing. Come on, your friends are shooting, you're just standing there. And you get shot for it. Conscripts will be forced to pull back. Standing near a building, even if you're in cover, say near his hedges, doesn't matter. The people in the garrison will get cover, but you won't. Cover is ignored or within a certain distance. I think it's 5 to 10 in-game meters. 2 conscripts will be firing on these pioneers. Looks like the glider's actually blocking firing. But squads will fire on the squad. However, pioneers look like they're going to make it back out. They do lose a man on the retreat, however. MG42 has set up, guarding one the waist into this area. This area has not been wired off though. VindicareX is not actually going to finish the cap, interestingly enough.
The Russians are attacking!
Grenadiers are engaging conscripts. Conscripts are firing at max range, however, they now have cover. Second Grenadier squad is now coming out. Snipers also entered the field and is pitching in. Tier 1's been built. Not sure if he's gonna get a sniper or anything from that. We'll watch that. Sniper is still on the field, slowly picking away at these troops. He will start his focus on the 6-man squad. We should probably start shooting, but looks like a good flank from 2 concert squads. Going to force all these units off the field. This will allow DontKnow to move on to the right-hand side if he wants to. Flamethrower, however. These Grenadiers need to get out of the house before being burned out. Looks like they are pulling out. Teller mine in the center. This is a very good place to mine regardless. Simply because most vehicles will often take that path. Also because it's a vital intersection between the right and left-hand side. Pioneers should probably get into a building or something to try to stall. MG in the middle of the... Well, MG's the only unit on the right-hand side, has no support. Surprised VindicareX is trying to pick a fight with his units. He should probably consolidate his forces and focus on building up his tier 2 force. He's going to need anti-tank, I think. We will be needing that anti-tank. Angoville battalion is being constructed. Probably should be renamed though, since we don't have tanks. We don't have light tanks being produced from that. Conqueror's trying to close its sniper. Base MG will open up, however. Squad is now suppressed. Sniper does take another volley, however. Will be forced off. Half-track has come onto the field. Conscripts will be making it back to base. Oh, another conscript squad. Half-track could run in there. Guess he's afraid of 18 grenade, but he could try to run over the fence. Looks like conscripts will be forced off. DontKnow is being forced entirely off the map now. He's going to be massing at his base, but he does have units scattered around the map. He's got 2 moving up the center. MG is in the building. He's not facing the right way correctly. End up being flanked by conscripts. It is refacing. Now Grenadiers are capturing the left-hand field. The squad didn't get the memo. Looks like they'll be focused on decapping, but it is being fired on by the 42. Flamethrower is also here. Needs to get out of that building. He immediately loses 3 members from that burst.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
MG could get wiped. But he is near the half-track and is being reinforced. The gunner, however, has very low health. Pioneers are forced off.
We are losing a sector. Infantry rested and ready to advance.
MG is not exactly in range. Grenadiers can deal with these combat engineers, however. We do have 2 conscript squads on the left-hand side. This Grenadier squad's going to be forced off. Needs to get them into cover. Sniper is rotating back around. T-70 has entered the field. We'll be able to deal with the half-track and Grenadier. We do have a Faust going off, however. There will be no anti-tank grenade on the half-track. You know, on the engagement here. Looks like the conscripts will be forced off thanks to the sniper support. Grenadiers have been forced off from the right-hand side, however. More conscripts. Still sitting at 5 conscript squads and 1 combat engineer squad. More conscripts. Incendiary looks like it has been used, however.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Sniper is evening those fights.
A pack gun is ready for orders.
Pack gun is on the field now. Will provide much needed anti-tank against this T-70. Looks like we also got an M5 being built. Likely going to be a quad. We do have a ton of munitions floating. No mines have really been planted. No demos. Nothing really for our Soviets.
How can we help? Your predecessor died. New half-track has arrived.
M5 is on the field.
Enemy is engaging us.
Will likely be buying that quad mount immediately. I think he will.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Quad mount has been purchased. G42 is setting up. Going to be able to suppress these conscripts. T-70 is now around. Pops into recon mode, interestingly enough. Grenadiers are going to need spread out, however. T-70 does do real good damage against infantry, especially deadly. Their squad's bunched up. It looks like the Teller will take out the M5. Don't know, we'll get that refunded munitions.
The enemy has destroyed one of our vehicles.
Quad mount did not finish before it got taken out. Combat engineer is being forced off from the left-hand side. Conscripts still on the left though. More conscripts to be exact.
Sector is at risk.
These conscripts are going to be forced to pull back. Another squad is moving up. T-70 is moving up, however. Pack gun needs to face. However, it is under fire from infantry. We will have a Faust going off. T-70 will be taken out by this pack shot. VindicareX needs to move that pack away, however.
Armored vehicles.
Sure enough, rapid conscription is actually being used. So far, not many casualties yet. But this squad will be moving in deep to try and take out the pack gun. I think we're actually going to decrew it. Pack gun will be decrewed, but it's relatively close to the base. DontKnow won't be trying to steal the gun. He'll be trying to engage the Grenadiers in the building, but, well, he's not getting cover. He's going to lose this fight.
Fresh meat has arrived. Bleeding comrade.
You know, half-track's moving back. They allow the Grenadiers to get out of the building and to capture the gun before reinforcing. Do have a bunch of infantry on the left-hand side, and rapid conscription still has considerable amount of time that it can be used for.
Infantry assault.
G42 is setting up. Conscript squad is being suppressed, but more troops are moving out. Sniper and the Grenadiers will be forced off.
Now you can use Molotovs to burn.
Looks like we have an off-map being called in. It will not hit anything, however. Really off-center of the house, however. But the house is not all on fire regardless. Won't be usable by anyone now.
Okay, that's the last one. Fire incoming.
These conscripts are here. We'll be taking a bit of fire. Meanwhile, we still have a ton of conscripts for DontKnow. We have 6 squads of conscripts. Interesting enough, this Grenadier squad's not sticking around to engage. This Pioneer actually needs to pull back though. VindicareX has a ton of manpower that he can use. Not sure what he's waiting for. He does lose that Pioneer squad, however. Was not paying attention. He does have forces on the left-hand side moving up.
Additional the enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Yeah, Molotov being forcing Grenadiers to move away. Sniper and LMG Grenadiers are still trying to clear this out.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
They should be able to win this, simply because they're much better at range than these conscripts. Surprised that these Grenadiers are moving, but the conscript squad is stunned. Being ripped up by the LMG. MG42 will actually get suppression off on the very edge of its arc. More pioneers have been calling in to the field. VindicareX has a ton of manpower, needs to spend it. Battle Phase 2 has already been purchased. His tier 3 is now going down. We have another quad coming onto the field now. I'm always going to call it M5. I had the quad in dispatch, that's pretty much the reason you get it. Aside from reinforced. Very strong combat unit. Meanwhile, half-track is on the right-hand side, moving around. Should be able to spot this M5. Sniper is vulnerable, however. The quad may actually try to dive in after it. Quad is moving forward. Pack gun needs to face. Okay, we may actually lose our sniper here. Quad is moving in. Our sniper does go down. This leaves us down. Vindicare down in the infantry, where he only has 3 grenadiers and 1 MG42 and just lost one of his grenadiers. Once again, he loses it around this point. He wasn't paying attention. Our half-track now is damaged engine. MG42 needs to begin firing. Pack gun, however, won't be able to support. More conscripts here to intercept. Quad is going to rip into the half-track. 251 has been destroyed. We could lose our machine gun if the quad moves in. VindicareX is now in a very bad position, though he has quite a bit of manpower he needs to spend.
We are losing a sector.
DontKnow has a major infantry advantage. He has a lot of conscripts, so even if he can't fight Vindicare's forces head on, he can move around the map and just decap everything.
The territory is out of contact.
The dirt has been used on these conscripts. Rifle grenade goes off, we'll force him away, however. Quad is being repaired by the conscripts. Good use of the doctrine. More rapid conscription has been used. DontKnow also has a lot of manpower and fuel that he can use for something. We got an Ostheer now coming out for the VindicareX hour. Should help with all this infantry.
Ready for deployment.
He's gonna need more grenadiers or something though. He's down to only 2 line infantry squads. Generally you want 3 to 4 of them around. Grenadiers will be immediately suppressed and forced back. Ostheer is on the field, however a lot of its shots did hit the ground in the sandpegs. Doesn't do much damage on this conscript squad. Looks like the quad hit a teller mine, however. Gets abandoned. Quad is in... Ostheer's infantry not moving up. Rifle grenade goes off, but conscript was in green cover. Will reduce that damage significantly. Quad actually has a destroyed engine. Pack gun is setting up. And will take out the quad. Meanwhile, more conscripts are on the field, however they're being flanked by these grenadiers. Grenadiers are not fighting from cover, however. Ostheer is moving in. We'll fire on these conscripts. Does significant damage as the conscripts enter. Squad did bunch up upon entering the building. We do lose the pack once again. Rapid conscription once again is being used. T-34 are going to be coming onto the field soon. Going to be very bad for VindicareX. He has no AT unless he recruits that pack gun, and he only has his Ostheer. More grenadiers are coming out, however. Ostheer is moving onto the left-hand side. VindicareX really needs to consolidate his army and attack from one direction with everything he's got. Or he's going to be picked away by all these conscripts. He really can't afford to be constantly diverting his attention around the map. He doesn't have that much in terms of his forces. I'm surprised he actually bought another sniper. I'm not sure if it's actually going to work, because we just got more and more conscripts springing up. Probably another machine gun would help. Would allow him to... what's the word I'm looking for? Allow him to stagger out his machine guns. And essentially We allow him to protect the first one from being flanked. T-34 is moving on the Ostwind, however. T-34 could chase. Faust goes off, however, T-34 did not hit below 75% health. He could easily get the Ostwind if he chased. I'm surprised he's not going in. His infantry here will be suppressed. Sniper is pulling back. Could get wiped, however. Pack gun is trying to face. When mine go off, only one guy gets hit, thankfully. Faust goes off, but hits the ground, I think. T-34 is well below 75%. Pack's trying to face, but T-34 is moving around. Conscript's moving in now. Pack gets decrewed by a lucky shot. These Grenadiers need to pull back. Conscripts could try to steal this anti-tank gun. Could also use it to take out the Ostwind. It will get suppressed, however, by the MG. More conscripts are amassing on the left-hand side, however. Looks like they will begin to work on this T-34. VindicareX looks like he's spraying out his forces once again. I still don't think this is a good idea. He needs to keep everything together. T-34 will be back in action. We do have another T-34 being produced.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
MG42 does have its camouflage here. We'll be covering a good portion of the map. Sniper is also capturing on the right-hand side. It looks like the MG will be flanked. VindicareX will see this. Sniper will take his first shot. MG42 is not refacing though. Will be forced to pull back. We may actually lose this MG if the units keep chasing. DontKnow needs to chase this MG down. It is Vet 2. Sniper is slowly picking away. Looks like the MG will make it back to base, however. Pack gun in the middle of the open. Rifle grenade goes off. Alright, once again, green cover does protect you against grenades, significantly reducing the damage of those rifle grenades. Ostwind picking away. Lands a nice shot on those conscripts. Alright, both T-34s are on the right hand side. They can chase this Ostwind if they wanted to. Pack gun is facing now, however. Pack gun is exposed and taking fire. LMG grins are trying to force this off. Once again, rapid conscription being used. Now we have 7 no, we're still up to 6 conscript squads. DontKnow has a bit of fuel. He could buy another T-34 if he wanted to. Also quite a bit of manpower. VindicareX should probably spend what manpower he has. Our T-34 has hit the field. He shouldn't be trying to Faust it. He honestly shouldn't be trying to Faust these tanks one, and he doesn't have any AT to support. He needs to damage them before he can Faust it, for that damaged engine. We may lose this conscript squad, however. The Austrian will be caught reloading, however. T-34 is moving in. He cannot blitzkrieg out since he has no munitions. T-34 is trying to ram the Ostwind. T-34 will take out the Ostwind, however. Pack gun, maybe I'll take out this T-34. T-34 is on prioritized vehicle, so it's not shooting at the infantry. Sniper will be chased into his base. He'll probably lose it. Incendiary is being dropped. He's not on the base sector. We do lose the sniper once again. Another costly investment for VindicareX. He could try to Faust his tank though. He does have the munitions now. This pack gun needs to do something. T-34 has been destroyed, though we have more conscripts on the field. 7 conscripts. A lot more infantry than VindicareX has. Looks like this T-34 is actually going to make it back to base. And VindicareX is bleeding out points. 422 to 94. I don't know what VindicareX could do at this point. He needs to keep his army entirely together. He can't split up at all. He needs to attack in one direction with everything he's got. The fact that his units were probably scattered throughout the And rather than fighting as a whole unit in combined arms, which is Ostheer's pretty much all about, probably didn't help him either.
Engaged!
Rifle grenade will go off, but conscripts jump into the house.
We must stiffen our resolve. We are down to 75
They have a Stug
points.
coming out, but I'm not sure what VindicareX could do at this moment. This enemy has quite a bit of advantage. It looks like VindicareX will call it, so good game to Don't Know. Better luck next time to VindicareX. And I still really think VindicareX should have just focused on the right hand side of everything it's got. Though interesting tactic from Don't Know is just mass more and more conscripts. If then, well, moving into just T-34s, sort of what we've seen Lenny do in the past. But anyways, well, okay, let's restart that. This is better luck next time to VindicareX. Good game to Don't Know once again, and this is Mirage Fla signing off.